I used to think my life had an expiration date. Not literally, but every morning felt like waking up to a clock ticking louder than my own heartbeat. And then one day, in the middle of a grocery store aisle, a man in a perfectly pressed white shirt ruined everything I thought I knew. It was raining outside, the kind of cold drizzle that seeps through your bones. I was standing in front of the instant noodles section, calculating whether I had enough left on my EBT card to get both dinner and something for breakfast. That was when I heard a deep, steady voice say, "You dropped this." I turned, and there he was, tall, broad-shouldered, with eyes the color of a storm that hasn't decided whether to break or pass. He was holding out a crumpled dollar bill I hadn't even noticed fall from my pocket. "Thanks," I muttered, grabbing it without meeting his gaze. I had learned long ago that eye contact was an invitation one I couldn't afford to give. But he didn't move, didn't walk away. "You live around here?" "Why?" I asked, my tone sharper than intended. He smiled faintly, the kind of smile that doesn't ask for permission. "Because I've never seen someone stare at instant ramen like it's the enemy before." I almost laughed. Almost. Instead, I shoved the noodles into my basket and walked away. I didn't have space in my life for strangers with sharp eyes and easy charm, especially not ones who looked like they could snap my carefully built walls with a single touch. The thing was, he didn't stop showing up. The next day, I saw him again at the coffee shop where I washed dishes in the back. He walked right up to the counter, ordered a black coffee, and as the barista turned away, he glanced toward the kitchen door where I was standing. Our eyes met for the first time, and just like that, my chest hurt in a way that had nothing to do with caffeine. I found out his name was Luke. He was new in town, running some sort of business deal with the city council. He wasn't from our side of the tracks. His clothes were too clean, his hands too uncalloused. But he had this way of leaning in when he talked, as if every word you said mattered more than anything else in the world. Which was dangerous, because for the last 3 years my life had been nothing but survival. My mother had died in a car accident I barely walked away from. My father had disappeared long before that, and the man I'd thought I could love had left me without a goodbye. I'd stopped believing in anything permanent, especially people. But Luke didn't seem to care about my silences or my reluctance. He asked questions I didn't want to answer and listened like my voice was worth hearing. One evening, after my shift, I found him waiting outside. The rain had started again, and he was holding an umbrella, tilted toward me as if it had been meant for both of us all along. "Walk with me," he said. I could have said no. I should have. But there was something in his eyes, not pity, not charity, something warmer, steadier, like he had already decided I was worth the trouble. So I walked with him. We passed shuttered storefronts and flickering street lamps, the air smelling faintly of wet asphalt. At some point, without thinking, I asked, "Why me?" "You could talk to anyone in this town. Because you look like you've been waiting for someone to stay," he said. I stopped walking. My chest tightened. "People don't stay." "I would," he said quietly, "if you'd let me." I wanted to tell him he was wrong, that I was broken, unlovable, a mess of scars no one should have to navigate. But the words wouldn't come, because for the first time in years, someone was looking at me like I wasn't just a shadow moving through the world. It scared me, and maybe that was why I let him take my hand. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe to stay updated with the latest videos.